Hi, my name is Amy, and I read kids' books. Like this one, Watership Down by Richard Adams, an incredible classic. I have to say one of my favorites of all time. Here are some things you need to know about Watership Down. Why is it a must-read? For one thing, it's about rabbits. Who wouldn't want to read a book about rabbits? But the cool thing about these rabbits, they're not ones that run around in little ties and dresses and overcoats. They are realistic. This author did so much research into what rabbits are really like that he made them be completely realistic. The one way they aren't is that they think like humans. So he has them feeding on grass. He has them behaving the way rabbits behave. They can count to 4. So there's just all kinds of cool things like that. But just because the rabbits are realistic doesn't mean that they aren't relatable. I can completely relate to these rabbits because of their human minds. And he modeled a lot of them off of people he really knew. So I felt like I was able to totally relate to the main character, for instance, Hazel. He's a young rabbit who decides to lead a group of his friends away from his warren, which is a rabbit town, because he knew that danger was impending. And so he doesn't really intend to be the leader, but he kind of ends up being that, and he's actually really good at it. But this is kind of a story about him learning more about himself and learning more about leading. Here's one more thing you need to know about Watership Down. It's an adventure story. It's so exciting. The first part of the book, up to probably about here, is them traveling across 4 miles of what to rabbits is really dangerous English countryside. The rest of it is about how they try to go get more rabbits to join their warren, about how they end up getting attacked by another warren, and it's very dramatic and all tied together. One last thing that I love about this story is that it has rabbit folk tales. Of all things, he's already writing a story about rabbits, but he goes ahead and makes a whole subculture in the rabbits' kingdom where they have a whole bunch of folk tales about this king of rabbits named El-Ra-Ra. And so every so often when they're scared or when they're bored, they will take a whole chapter just for one rabbit to tell a story about El-Ra-Ra. And that's one of my favorite parts of the story. I love rabbit folk tales. They're so interesting. They're great. Those are all reasons that I love Watership Down. I'm going to read you a little excerpt right now just so you can get a little flavor for what it's like inside. At this point, Hazel has and the other rabbits have settled on Watership Down, but they've realized they don't have any doe rabbits. They don't have any girls. And they just need more rabbits in general. So he's on a quest to find more rabbits to come join them. In this case, he's looking at a farm to see if he can get some of the pet rabbits to come away with him. Beside the platform on the near side was an upended bale of straw. Hazel jumped lightly on it, and from there to the thick planks, which were old and soft-surfaced, dusty, and covered with chaff. Then he turned back to Pipkin, waiting just inside the door. "Flaureux," he said, "there's only one way out of this place. You will have to keep watching for cats, or we may be trapped. Stay at the door, and if you see a cat outside, tell me at once." "Right, Hazel-Ra," said Pipkin. "It's all clear at the moment." Hazel went up to the side of the hutch. The wired front projected over the edge of the shelf so that he could neither reach it nor look in, but there was a knothole in one of the boards facing him, and on the far side he could see a twitching nose. "I am Hazel-Ra," he said. "I have come to talk to you. Can you understand me?" The answer was in slightly strange but perfectly intelligible Lapine. "Yes, we understand you. My name is Boxwood. Where do you come from?" "From the hills. My friends and I live as we please, without men. We eat the grass, lie in the sun, and sleep underground." "How many are you?" "4, bucks and does." "Do you ever come out?" "Yes, sometimes. A child takes us out and puts us in a pen on the grass." "I have come to tell you about my warren. We need more rabbits. We want you to run away from the farm and join us." Will Hazel succeed? Will his warren survive that danger and many others besides? That is why you need to read Watership Down by Richard Adams. This has been Amy, and I read kids' books.